All right, wrestling world, you think that you've got it made? No, we've got it made. You're looking at the faction. JT Allen, you might have gotten him out of here, but I'll tell you what, we're not taking over the WC, we're taking over the world. And why I mean the world, I'm talking the World Open Wrestling Championship. And by taking over, I mean this man.
This man being Mr. Megastar Tommy Wilson. And that's right, the faction is taking over the world.
And Jay, let me say it right now, with the full backing of the faction, answer me this. Is there another man alive who has a better chance at becoming the first ever ACW champion than Tommy Wilson?
Yes, there is, Z-Man, and his name is Dr. Kliever. You can say what you want about Tommy Wilson. I don't know too much about this man, so I'm getting some of my first action of his right here. So I'll be able to base an opinion a little bit later that's a little bit better. But as of right now, all I can tell you is I know Dr. Kliever, without doubt, has just run terror over the Pacific Northwest.
That's right, Dr. Kliever was on a reign of terror in the WC, but dare I say, his mood and his attitude and his demeanor has softened in the last couple of months, Jay. I mean, he's listening to what the fans have to say.
What's wrong with that?
Well, we'll talk about that later, but right now, Wilson's got to talk. Why are they chanting exile? He's not even in this match!
Yeah, good question, but...
See? Glad someone had some sense.
You can have as much common sense as you want, Z-Man, but it's going to take pure brute strength to take on Dr. Kliever.
Those are some impressive credentials. Not everyone could say they beat Adam Pearce twice.
Scrap iron is definitely tough.
Oh, you see what he did there? He made a doctor joke. That's awesome.
This opponent weighing in at 232 pounds of surgical steel and sex appeal, and is from Sunnyvale, California. He represents the West Coast Wrestling Connection out of Portland, Oregon. He is the world's sexiest doctor. He is the labor love machine. He is Dr. Kliever.
Come on, we don't have all night. I mean, for God's sakes, he could have been calling his name forever at this point. Finally got to the point.
Dr. Kliever there with the old look. He's now shaved off the mohawk and the little bit of facial hair he has there. I like to call it the Henry Rollins update.
Very clever analogy you made there, but here's the thing. Like I said, when he lost the hair, when he lost the mohawk, when he lost the Snidely Whiplash mustache, Dr. Kliever lost a little bit of himself, Jay. He lost his edge. He lost what made him tough. He's listening to the fans. He's asking, he's demanding, dare I say, for their adulation, and it makes me sick. Dr. Kliever used to embody everything that was good about professional wrestling. Don't care what the fans think. Just get in the ring and brutalize your opponent any way you can. And Dr. Kliever was doing that like no one else. But
well,
now
you can say he lost all he wants, Z-Man, but tonight it's about winning or losing that ACW Championship.
That's right, the winner of this match will determine the first ever American Championship Wrestling Champion. Nothing redundant about that name, but here you see Dr. Kliever. Look at this. You know, he could say he's still tough all he wants. He can say that's sexy all he wants. But the one thing that I find is just so disgusting is the fact that he listens to the fans. And look at this. Here's Tommy Wilson. Here's how you really should get into an opponent's head. Look at this. See what he's doing?
What in the world?
That's hilarious.
Come on
First
now.
he
Nobody
wipes
wants
his-
to wrestle anybody with a bulge in their pants like that.
First he wipes Dr. Kliever's shirt, wipes his nose with Dr. Kliever's shirt, then he stuffs it into his pants. I mean, talk about...
What a sicko. Tommy Wilson is turned on by Dr. Kliever's sweat.
I wouldn't say that. That's not what's happening. See, well, some people are excited. Some people are excited when he
double
tosses the shirt
excited.
in. But here, that's immaterial right now, Biggles. What we have here is the finals for the ACW Championship. You got Tommy Wilson, who's got, like he said, 2 pinfall victories over the NWA champion, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. Not only that, he's got the full backing of the faction. I'm talking about Gentleman George Michael. I'm talking about heavyweight champ Brian Taylor.
And most importantly, JT Allen.
You know what? As you all know, JT Allen fired from the job a couple of months ago, losing that tag team battle. Truly one of the greatest miscarriage of justices I've ever seen in my life. But you know, JT Allen's still a member of the faction in spirit. Not here tonight, of course, but the rest of the faction is in place to support Tommy Wilson and his hopes and dreams of becoming the first ever ACW champion.
Looks like Jay Stone's issuing that 10 count, trying to get Wilson back in the ring. He's thinking about it, and maybe Kliever's going to help him back in here in just a second. This looks like it might be happening. And he is, that's for sure. Well,
Wait,
headlock.
Hey,
Headlock.
let go of him. He's in the ropes. He's in the ropes.
It's a sexy headlock, too. Oh, and just drops Wilson around his face there.
That's not sexy.
Not a good way for Wilson to start this match for the ACW Championship. But Z-Man, I got to tell you, though, tonight, these are 2 of the biggest men in the Pacific Northwest, and it's some of the biggest and best action that always is delivered to you right here at the WC.
That's right. 2 very big men duking it out. Kind of surprised that right now they're resorting to chain wrestling. Honestly, that's not the kind of style I expected from these 2. I know both of them can do it, but I know they both prefer to be ground and pound, just in-your-face, smash-mouth style wrestling. So it's a big shock to me that they're doing head scissors and headlocks and arm bars at this point.
Well, we got the rest of the match left to see what happens. I can only assume, though, from what I've heard, that Tommy might pull out some sort of a Duke at the end of this one just because he's, usually up to doing things illegally.
Hey, if you're going to say that he does things illegally just because he's a member of the faction, an honorary member of the faction, then that's not racist. That's because obviously it's not based on race. It's judgmental. It's very judgmental of you. Don't project, Jay.
You could say that.
Here now, Dr. Kliever with the headlock getting pushed into the corner. Smart strategy by Tommy Wilson, forcing him to break the hold. And look at that. That's also wrestling smart.
Kick. There it goes. Throwing Kliever into the corner. Oh, jumps up over him there. Right back into a headlock. This, you know what, I got to tell you, Brian, I'm actually surprised, too, by the technical wrestling ability of both these guys here tonight.
Not to mention the rare feat of athleticism for such a big man, doing the skin the cat, jumping over Tommy Wilson as he was charging at him in the corner. So I'll give Dr. Kliever that. He can be nimble when he has to be. But right now, I'm just, like any other red-blooded American male, I'm looking for some fists to fly. I want to see some blood here.
And that's what the fans here in Portland tonight want to see as well. But even more so, they want to see Dr. Kliever walk away tonight with that ACW Championship.
And look at that, Tommy Wilson, you saw he was trying to counter out of it with a back suplex, but Kliever still holding on to the headlock.
This guy's a ring veteran, he didn't just start yesterday.
Someone's been eating his Wheaties. He's not letting go of that headlock anytime soon.
See if Wilson can get him to get off there. Oh,
Finally.
against the ropes.
Give him a
Kliever.
breather. No!
Oh, right back to another headlock.
You gotta be kidding me. Come on. I know that this
You
is...
should appreciate this. You know chain wrestling and technical ability. You know all about that.
Hey, no one's a bigger fan of technical wrestling than yours truly. But quite honestly, come on. He's been holding on to the headlock forever. You gotta give him a breather. And look at that. That'll give you some space. That'll give you a breather. Clipping the leg on that top rope did Tommy Wilson to Dr. Kliever. And now Kliever, he's hurt.
Kind of a Nancy Kerrigan type maneuver there.
Oh, very good. Very good
Tommy
reference.
Wilson, yes.